So it's cold. It's really cold, and I got to go take a shower and get dressed and go out. No, I don't say what I think. I'm a smarter girl. You think I always say what I... No. If I said what I think, George would be just famously unhappy. She'd probably yell at me. And yeah, people don't want to be pulled out of... This is definitely Plato's cave, and she's fighting, kicking, and screaming that her way of thinking is better than mine. And what she does, the walling off of society, really. Like, I sometimes think she's just, like, she's gotten... It's an unrealistic point of view, and it's perpetrated by her parents. But the sad thing is that, I mean, people have wanted to show her work. Good galleries I can't get into to show. And when we were young, it was kind of cool. It's like she's off the major track. You can't. She didn't have a phone. And then she did have a phone, but she'd have to call it and let it ring twice. Then you call back. So she had a special signal if you wanted to talk to her because she's exclusive. But as you get older, you're like, I've had kids. I've in 3 farms, 2 farms and a house. I have grandkids. And what has she done? She's got a body of work of paintings, and the Lost Boys, the guys that she dictates to solve whatever inner need it is of hers to do that. She could pursue a lot. She could pursue acting. She could pursue drama. She could pursue painting. But it just seems like she pursues giving bums and drug addicts money for beer and drive them around, try to help them. Like Jeff, she gave him a ride home. Then this guy Mike that's a crack. It's like she drops everything to help someone with an addiction. Even Alan, she was driving him around to get drugs when she got mad at him. Yeah, to get heroin. Enabling. And like with me, oh yeah, it's fine. And then she comes in and she's cleaning my room, and what she's telling me is that I'm not a good housemate because I haven't swept the floor. She didn't even ask. She did not ask. She just came in and did it. And I guess like I used to clean my daughter's room, and then one day she said she didn't want me cleaning it, and later on I found out it gave me something to do during the day was straighten up her teenage room, that she had started smoking pot, and she didn't want me to find it, so she told me not to clean her room, and I didn't. But the day-to-day hands-on of bringing children, birthing them, bringing them in the day-to-day, year after year after year after year, until they finally fly the nest at age 18, which both my girls have and my son. It changes you. And, I mean, I think we are the responsibility we take on. I know that. And I know Kent never took on kids. I think he would have if I would have felt. I did not. I was so competitive with him. He was such a challenge that, and one time he said, I need something I can use. And that was like, whoa, not you. Other people that I'm friends with, but I really had a special relationship with him that, the solidifying it had to be something monumental, which to me was World Preschool and him being a judge, that he was ethical and smart and good looking and didn't make that many mistakes in his life. Like he took care of himself. He ended up buying a house, had an exercise room, he told me. But, yeah, I didn't feel like I could be dependent on him because what if he didn't, he was independent. What if he didn't want to work? Like one year he made $40,000 and then one year he made $300,000. So I didn't want to pressure him or make his life difficult monetarily, and I couldn't make a living. I went back to school to be a scientific illustrator. That didn't work out. And then he got cancer. So, but that, he's here somewhere. I want to help Georgia. She does a lot of gossipy stuff, and she said mean things about me, like I can't drive, and I'm pretty sure she has spread the word. She said I threw a pan of hot water, boiling water on my mom, and I told her about that. I said she was smoking in the house. I had a little baby. She came in the morning at 7:30, and she was smoking a cigarette while I'm trying to get my oatmeal, And I was furious. I'd been living there for 2 or 3 months, and I just threw it on her. And so I moved out. But it wasn't boiling. But Georgia extracted it in a horrible, mean way that I'm kind of violent. And I was like, no, that's not what happened. And then the car thing, the judge told me, said, you drive pretty good. You have a good record, but not according to Georgia. So she tells people I'm a terrible driver. The first Virginia thing, oh yeah, we're a very wealthy family. And that's just not true. We lost everything almost in the Civil War. I mean, they've got a couple million, but it's nowhere like some people have 40 million or something. We're not that kind of family. And what else? She told me, I think Kenneth said I had sex with him. And I'm like, I never had sex with him. She has misnomers that she spreads called gossip. And I don't like to partake. Like, I had no idea Alan had a heroin. I didn't pay any attention. I just got to know him as a person. And I realized I do not want to be in vicinity. If I don't want to be around him. I just don't. I mean, it's my calling to say that. And I know his first wife did it. She didn't want to be around him. She went out west. Same with my ex-husband and addict Jerry, the lies and the deceitfulness and the addiction, and that I gave him a chance. I took him to counseling. I said, if you want this family, you got to stop drinking. He chose to hide it and keep drinking, so I had to leave. And I went back and saw Kent.